Hi, this is MGTV, and I'm Michelle Grieman, Women's Wellness Coach, and I'm here to teach you how to live healthy, how to live the life that you want naturally without drugs, diets, or surgery. And this week, I want to talk about asthma. And one of the reasons that I want to talk about asthma is because it's a story that's dear to my heart, especially this time of year. So on Friday was actually my birthday, and 31 years ago, when I was first born, I actually had an asthma attack that first day that I was born. And I suffered with asthma as a kid. I was allergic to trees, grass. So playing when I was a kid was really difficult. I remember once going on a field trip, and I literally came home and my mom had to take me to the hospital because I was wheezing so bad. I was one of those kids. It's so hard to say that, but I was one of those kids. So even though I'm traveling this week and I'm not home, as you can see, I'm on my laptop, I wanted to make sure that you were going to understand more about asthma. So asthma is a chronic, and if you do read it, it says lifelong disease where your airways actually narrow and you can't breathe. And so there are several asthma attacks that I've had in my life where I was hospitalized. I carried around a puffer with me everywhere I went just in case. And it felt like at any time I could just get an asthma attack. I could be exerting myself and get an asthma attack. I could be upset and get an asthma attack. And so I really want to clarify what I did to become asthma free. And when I say asthma free, I mean I do not carry a puffer with me anymore. When I'm in situations where I would have had an asthma attack before, I actually do not feel like I'm going to have an asthma attack. There are definitely things that happen that make me feel a little bit uneasy, but I think that's just a mental piece because there was so long that I was actually feeling like I couldn't breathe. But now, when I'm in those situations, for example, I went to a farm several years ago, and I would have never been able to do that and stay at the farm overnight. I would have been hospitalized, and I sneezed a few times, right, because there was dander and things and dust, and which I'm also allergic to. And so I sneezed a few times, but I think that's normal because there were things in the air that were getting to my nose. But I definitely didn't have that closing up of my throat and itchy eyes, watery eyes, everything else that goes with allergies. What I experienced was more what I think regular people are supposed to experience, which is a little bit of my immune system trying to fight what might be in my lungs. So with asthma, especially if you have children who have asthma, there are two things. I was really surprised to read this. Anesthesia when children are under 2 years old. And of course, what changed my life is stopping ingesting dairy. I was trying to think of how to say that. I mean, we drink it, we eat it. It's in frozen foods, it's in dried foods, it's in crackers, it's in milk, it's everywhere. And so actually allowing myself not to have dairy anymore was probably the biggest thing that changed my asthma. One of the reasons is because dairy causes a lot of mucus within the body, and to not have that allows you to be able to breathe a lot easier. So there's actually several things that can bring on an asthma attack, and they're not just dust. Emotional distress can also bring up an asthma attack. Air that's not clean, which could just mean that you have your leaves outside in your lawn that are staying out there and rotting, can bring on an asthma attack. Obviously, dust, mold, those types of things are obvious, but I was kind of surprised about the emotional things. However, it's with every disease, you have to remember that there's always an emotional component. There's always some reason that your body and your mind will want to come together. And so there are many things that your mind actually is dealing with that your body compensates for, or it shows up in your body as a sickness. So if you suffer from asthma, or someone you love suffers from asthma, then I want to be very clear that there is hope. Even if you were born and had an asthma attack, there is hope, and you can actually change that situation. So what I will encourage you to do, number one, is to get a little bit more clear on what it is that's causing your asthma. Number two is to avoid these things, but more, like I said, dealing with the emotional issues and refraining from dairy are going to be the biggest things that you can do. And then number three, of course, is to get healthier in general. If you are a healthier person that doesn't have these immune problems, mucus problems, like all these other symptoms that are showing up in different parts of your life, your body's going to be able to deal with some of those allergens a lot easier. So those would be my 3 steps on how to deal with asthma. Definitely, if you're a little bit confused about what might be causing your asthma, comment below and I'll definitely try to narrow it down for you. Or click on the link that I'm going to actually put underneath this video to my contact page. And feel free to really reach out and ask me your question. Tell me when it is that you usually do have asthma attacks, and I'll help you figure out what might be the one thing that's kind of triggering, or several things that might be triggering it, and how to actually avoid them. I know it seems like you won't be able to live your life, but it's not true. You'll actually be able to just start to get healthy and let your body actually deal a little bit better, and then you can put yourself back in that situation like I shared and not have the same reaction anymore. So this is Michelle Greenman. I want to thank you so much for watching, and here's to being asthma free, which you can too. I want to really encourage you to step up. If you are afraid to talk to me, definitely click the link and let me know what's going on with your asthma, and I'll definitely be able to help you. All right, have a wonderful week. Bye.